Australia, with just 27 million people, once housed over 400 million rabbits. But don't think Australia when it comes to rabbits. China consumes over 300 million annually. China's main rabbit breeding regions are in Fujian, Henan, and Sichuan provinces. These are the world's largest rabbit meat producers, yielding 457,000 tons yearly. They're also raised in basic barns with dirt floors and brick walls for wind protection. In established farms, rabbits are often kept in cages like this. A typical Chinese meat rabbit farm has at least 100 rabbits due to their rapid breeding. When pregnant, rabbits are kept in isolated enclosures made of bamboo or wire mesh to monitor their pregnancy. Otherwise, they'll give birth in a burrow like this. Regardless of cage type, rabbit farms must ensure good ventilation, cleanliness, and moderate temperatures for optimal rabbit growth. Popular meat breeds in China today are the California White and New Zealand White. Most female rabbits can get pregnant at 4 to 5 months old. Some farms use artificial breeding, while others let rabbits breed naturally. The gestation period for rabbits is about 30 days. On average, each litter has 6 to 8 kits, with up to 6 litters per year. For the first 30 days, the baby rabbits are fed their mother's milk. The rabbits are then separated by sex and placed in individual cages. 70% of male rabbits are raised for meat, while females are kept for breeding. Between 30 to 90 days old, farmers teach rabbits to eat vegetables. From 70 days old, rabbits get foods that help them gain fat easily. The fattening phase lasts from 90 to 120 days of age. To build muscle, rabbits eat starchy foods like corn and rice, plus veggies and pellets. Rabbits grow fast, reaching slaughter age at 3-5 months, weighing 4.4-11 pounds. Farmers also sell rabbit manure as organic fertilizer to nearby farms for extra income. Nutritional analysis shows rabbit meat tops other farm animals in protein content, while having the lowest fat percentage among all meats. As a result, rabbit meat's popularity has surged in the Chinese market, accounting for 62% of global annual rabbit meat consumption. Have you ever tasted the delicate flavor of rabbit meat? Let's see how whole rabbits are processed into the delicious cuts we enjoy. At the factory, workers slit their throats and hang them on a conveyor belt. Then the rabbits undergo a quick skinning and evisceration process. This group of workers can efficiently process 20,000 rabbits in a single day. After that, the rabbit meat is washed, cut to size, then packaged and shipped for consumption. On China's streets, rabbit meat is transformed into countless tasty dishes. You can see how much they prefer and get creative with rabbit meat. China produces 460,000 tons of rabbit meat yearly, but consumes up to 925,000 tons. A simple calculation shows that China lacks 468,000 tons of meat, equal to about 232 million rabbits yearly. Many might think this could be solved by increasing production or importing rabbits. Interestingly, while rabbits are a tasty, nutritious food in China, they're pests in Australia. Now 200 million wild rabbits there eat crops and pastures, hurting yields and native wildlife. This invasive species threatens 300 plant and animal species, costing agriculture $200 million yearly. Despite many culling efforts, rabbits' fast breeding and few predators keep them a lasting problem. If these rabbits could be moved from Australia to China, it might solve Australia's worries. Moreover, the Chinese-Australian community has grown significantly, now making up 5.5% of Australia's population, or about 1.4 million people. Perhaps it's time for wild rabbits to meet their real predators. But rabbits aren't just tasty meals. Rabbit fur, especially from the Angora breed from Turkey, is highly valued in France and the US. China produces 5 to 6 million pounds of Angora wool annually for commercial use. These cute rabbits weigh 4.4 to 7.5 pounds, with long silky fur covering their face, feet, and ear tops. Breeding this type requires regular fur harvesting. Skilled breeders watch for signs to collect old fur before it sheds. Some Angora breeds shed less fur. In these cases, the rabbit's fur is carefully trimmed. Angora rabbits can produce up to 2.2 kilos of fur yearly with a lifespan of 11 years. After collection, Angora wool is sorted to remove coarse, low-quality fibers. The wool can also be classified based on its softness. Next, the wool is pulled directly from the rabbit's raw fiber, known as cloud spinning. And that's how modern machines do it. The worker gently wraps the fiber around a knot to form an organized bundle. Additionally, Rex rabbits are widely bred in China for their fur. They can be made into wallets, purses, and unique clothing items. China's Rex rabbit fur export volume reaches 50 million pelts. While rabbit farming has grown in China, turtle farming has boomed, with 20% annual growth recently. Chinese turtle farms mainly breed soft-shelled turtles. Unlike rabbits, turtles have value beyond just their meat. Their shells are prized in traditional Chinese medicine. Turtle farming is now a complex food and pharma industry. Eggs are collected and incubated in sand like this. Hatchlings are moved to tanks and fed a high-protein diet. Farmers monitor water quality and turtle health closely. As turtles grow, they're moved to larger lakes. The whole process can take up to 2 years. .5 to 3 kilograms or 3.3 to 6.6 pounds. A typical turtle farm can produce up to 10,000 turtles yearly, boosting the local economy. Soft-shelled turtle is China's most famous turtle dish, especially in Jiangsu province. It's believed to improve skin and overall health. Zixiqiao Village, Zhejiang Province, China. This small village of just 1,000 people seems peaceful, but hides a global nightmare. Over 3 million snakes of various species live in less than 1 square kilometer. Snakes have been prized for medicine in China for thousands of years. China provides 70% of world's snakes, with this village producing 30% since the 1980s. But it's not the only place in China breeding snakes. Guangdong is China's top snake exporter, while Hebei supplies most snakes for domestic meat and medicine. The Chinese snake farming industry, worth $12 million, thrives due to various factors. Snake farmers in China can earn a lucrative income of 400,000 to 500,000 yuan annually, or $55,000 to $68,000, making it a coveted rural profession. Despite lack of scientific proof, snake meat is prized for its low-fat, high-protein content and potential eczema treatment. In East Asia, snake gallbladder and wine are traditional remedies for kidney and joint health. Thanks to these benefits, China's snake farming industry has become a multi-million-dollar powerhouse, generating significant revenue. A bottle of snake wine can sell for 7,000 to 8,000 yuan, roughly equivalent to $900 to $1,100. A snake's journey on a farm begins with egg incubation. Female snakes need to be 9 to 10 months old to start breeding. Have you ever seen snakes mate? They intertwine like this. Farmers sew snakes' lips shut to prevent them from eating their own eggs after laying. About 30 to 35 days after mating, females lay between 12 and 21 eggs per clutch. The thread is cut after collecting eggs, which happens manually every 2 hours. If farmers leave them in the cage too long, they'll die. These eggs are then placed in a box with 5 centimeters of soil and sand, with 25 to 30% moisture content. A thin layer of sand is spread over the eggs. Incubation lasts about 75 days. Eggs are checked regularly to ensure they're large, white, and dry. Any damaged eggs must be removed right away. These large-scale ops control humidity and temp at 80 degrees Fahrenheit to mimic natural habitats and boost breeding. Snakes shed their skin as part of their growth process. Signs of shedding include loss of appetite, lethargy, and increased aggression. The snake's skin clouds and eyes dull as it seeks a hiding spot. Young snakes shed monthly, while adults shed every 45 days, mainly in summer and fall. During this time, farmers must clean often as shed skin is everywhere. Now we're back with the newborn baby snakes. Farmers carefully check the incubator to ensure nothing's left behind. Then they're placed in an enclosure. This farm puts 80 snakes per cage. Water's given after a week, and they're fed small animals like frogs and rats. They're fed every 3 to 5 days. Farmers give 50-month-old snakes about half a kilo of frogs daily. Adult snakes are kept in 1.2-meter-high cement enclosures to prevent escapes. They're fed live prey like rats and cubs 2 to 3 times weekly. Often food is left in the enclosure for snakes to eat freely. But some farmers still hand-feed them to ensure they eat. Snakes can be aggressive to strangers, but they'll get used to regular handlers over time. That's why the same workers usually feed the snakes from birth onwards. Still, these skilled workers must use protective gear or safety tools when feeding them. They shouldn't approach snakes after using perfume or drinking, as it changes their scent. Despite being hardy wild animals, weekly cleaning is crucial in snake breeding. Snakes need clean, fresh water for drinking and bathing. Snakes are relatively clean pets as their droppings are dry and don't smell much. Snakes are harvested for meat between 6 months and 1 year old. At this point, if they weigh 1.1 pounds or more, they're considered top grade. Only male snakes are harvested, as females are kept for breeding. 8-month-old snakes weighing over 1.2 kilograms are more prolific breeders. This country processes 18 million pounds of snakes yearly, 40% for cooking. Snake soup, a traditional Chinese dish, is meticulously prepared. It's believed to prevent colds, nausea, and promote longevity. Snake wine is made from 67% farm-raised snakes. It uses venomous and non-venomous species with high medicinal value. The process involves killing and cleaning snakes, keeping medicinal parts intact. The snakes are then placed in special pots. Winemakers fill them with rice wine, 40 to 60% alcohol content. The wine's macerated for at least 6 months, but ideally over 3 years to fully extract the supposed medicinal properties from snakes and herbs. Consumed in small doses, usually 30 to 50 milliliters daily, snake wine is thought to ease arthritis and boost vitality. Despite these alleged benefits, snake wine poses significant risks. Many snakebite incidents occur when snakes, not killed before bottling, revive after lying dormant for over 3 years inside. This happens because they can remain inactive for long periods in harsh conditions, like cold and dark, without oxygen or food. In 2023, China's famous snake village sold over 3 million snakes to pharma companies using reptile gallbladders and skin for supplements. These products are sought after in Japan, South Korea, America, and Europe. Perhaps the most valuable snake-derived product: snake venom, a complex cocktail of enzymes and toxins known as liquid gold in China. Dried snake venom can cost 3,000 to 5,000 yuan per gram, about $450 to $750, depending on the species. It's costly as venom harvesting requires high skill to handle snakes safely and effectively. Workers wear protective gear and grab the snake's tail like this. They use a stick to pin the snake's head down, then easily grab it and milk its venom into a cup. New handlers often get bitten several times before mastering the technique.